next keynote speaker is well known for her work with environmental issues, especially her work in the Amazon. She is president and founder of the Amazon Aid Foundation. She works with neotropical scientists to study Amazonian biodiversity, with the objective of educating the public, introducing solutions, and cutting-edge conversations. Her work is extremely well known. She produced Amazon Gold, an award-winning documentary about illegal alluvial gold mining in the Amazon basin. Working with scientists, environmentalists, and policymakers, her foundation is helping to form a collaborative alliance to tackle serious issues of illegal alluvial gold mining, which is
about the Amazon. I'm just going to wing it and just tell you a little bit about myself, because as humans, we all have a journey that we will go through in our lives, and it's not always easy. It's not always what you think it's going to be. And I think one of the most important things to be is curious as to where you are in space and time. And sometimes you run into some major obstacles. And what I would encourage you to do is look at these obstacles as gifts. Because the only way that you can have control is how you react to obstacles in your life. A few years ago, actually many years ago, a friend asked me what was my greatest personal fear. And there were two. One is public speaking. Terrified of public speaking. And I had to really, really work on being able to stand up here today in front of you. I'd much rather be wrangling a snake in the Amazon any day. And the second one was to be diagnosed with a degenerative disease. And about 11 years ago, I was diagnosed with a disease called multiple sclerosis. And it's a disease, it's a disease that my immune system is attacking my brain. And I could wake up any day and be blind. I could end up in a wheelchair. I could not, my breathing could stop. And I have no control over it other than how I react to the situation. And what I learned really quickly was how fear changed everything. That the more I was afraid, the sicker I got. And if I could look directly at the fear and walk towards it instead of run away, then that was how I could have control over my body, more control. If I could be calm and just watch and be curious where I was, then, and I looked fear straight in the face, then I got better. So as you go through your life, you're going to run into obstacles and fearful spots. And as a mother and someone that really cares about the planet, we're all in looking at climate change. It's pretty scary. But what I would suggest to you is think of Mother Earth and not be afraid to walk towards her and the scary things that may be associated right now with climate change, and just go for it. Don't be afraid. So I'm going to start my talk about the Amazon. And I have to read it, I'm sorry, because it's just, I'm not that great of a speaker, and I'm a little afraid up here, but that's okay. My name is duPont, and I'm the producer of Amazon Gold and the president of the Amazon Aid Foundation. I'm here to tell you a story about the Amazon, a story about the power of one, a story about the power of many, a story about hope, and a story about how anyone can create change in the world today. Since 1999, I've been fortunate to work in the Amazon with some of the world's best tropical ecologists. Our mission was to study and protect one of the world's most biodiverse places in the world. The Amazon, a majestic place filled with a textured and rich array of fauna and flora, plants and animals who call the Amazon home. When I first arrived, this area was one of the largest pieces of rainforest left in the world, with no roads and very few people. And I went to the Amazon as a regular person, a non-scientist, a curious person, just like you, as someone who loves our planet and all its creatures. Over the years, these brilliant scientists taught me about the importance of the Amazon, about what the Amazon means as an intact ecosystem, as a regulator of weather patterns locally and globally. The great amassing of trees pull the water off of the Atlantic Ocean, creating rains that continue to nourish the Amazon. And some of this moisture evaporates into the air to seed the clouds that rain upon the fields from which we get our food. The Amazon is a place that holds more species than anywhere else in the world. A system that carries 20% of all fresh water to the sea. A place filled with beauty and wonder and indigenous peoples who live in the jungles in harmony. And it is a place filled with huge trees. That is the biggest tree I've ever seen in my life. One day, I hope to take you there. The Amazon holds some of the greatest massing of trees in the world. Trees which pull in and store carbon in their trunks and roots and leaves, and releasing oxygen into the air, giving us the air that we breathe. Carbon, when released, unleashes the fury of climate change and the ever-increasing warming of our world. Oops, something happened here. Sadly, I have become a first-hand witness to the destruction and poisoning of these forests and those that dwell there. And over the years, I have been deeply concerned about how this will affect all of us. Without the Amazon, we will all suffer. But there is hope. The past couple of months have shown that the world wants change. 400,000 people marched through the streets of New York City demanding climate action, with thousands of young people asking for a cleaner future. Countries like Germany and Norway, on the other side of the world, have pledged millions of dollars to help keep forests standing in Peru because they understand that they need the Amazon ecosystem to ensure the security of their own environment. The Amazon is everyone's backyard, and it is critical for the future health of our world. People often ask me what inspires me and gives me hope in this chaotic world. My answer is standing right in front of me. It's you. I believe in the youth and want to give you all every tool possible to take back your future. And I believe that one of the ways that you can create movement is through your way, the power of social media, the power of each and every one of you as individuals to gather your community, to become viral, to become a powerful voice for action. Since the beginning of time, the power of the visual, the power of music has been used to create campaigns for change. I want to show you a piece that was produced a few years ago by a community of musicians and artists who collaborated with individuals from over 90 countries to write an anthem for the world. Right before I came here to this conference, I am, by the way, covered in bug bites, I walked out of the Amazon with this same group of artists who made the video that you're about to see. Our next journey is to create Amazon AIDS Project, the anthem for the Amazon. But first, let's watch this.
world's largest collaboration of this generation. These musicians come from more than 90 different countries across the globe, and our sources tell us that these visionary musicians have gotten together in one room in Boston's Back Bay to write what they are calling the rhythm of the universe, a song that is being hailed as a new musical anthem for the world and written by the world. Channel 6 is pleased to offer our exclusive coverage of what is happening right now on the streets of Boston, where these musical ambassadors are striving to unite the world through what they know best, the universal language of music.
Politicians can say whatever they want, but music is the only thing that can unite the world.
high, and my heart is low. You wanna argue about the world, but I'm just the verse. I'm trying to sell you all of me, that house.
Es la hora de pelearse, de levantarse, de golpearse, llegó la hora de aclararse.
United together, we take a stand, divided as sisters and brothers, all of us, we break the silence. We're on a mission, one love expedition, we rise together, hand to hand.
Oh, here we go. Okay. So that same group just that produced that came with me to the Amazon. It just came, right? We just left the Amazon, and we're going to produce a piece called Anthem for the Amazon, which I'll tell you a little bit about later. In this room, we all know that the power of art and music transcends all boundaries and language and color and species. This is a picture taken during the Civil Rights Movement in 1960s to push for and receive equal rights for African Americans in the United States. Song was one of the tools that brought people together to successfully make a change. The arts cannot solve problems, but can be the vehicle for creating awareness, to show what is, and to imagine what can be. Research has shown that the arts are closely linked to academic achievement, social and emotional development, civic engagement, and equitable opportunity. The arts create gains in math, reading, cognitive ability, critical thinking, and verbal skill motivation, concentration, confidence, and teamwork. It can connect people more deeply to the world and open them to new ways of seeing, creating the foundation to forge social bonds and community cohesion. And I'm here to tell you about the power of the arts and beauty, the power of one, the power of many, the power of rolling up your sleeves and digging in to do the work, to do the right thing, of how you can use the power of music and the visual to make a shift, to tell a story that touches the soul. The film that you saw last night, Amazon Gold, has been said to be a catalyst for change globally. It has been seen in 4 continents, has been translated into 5 languages, and recently was given the award by the Green Film Network for being the best environmental film of the world. We will soon be screening this film at COP20, this year's UN Conference on Climate Change, where we will deliver the message to the global leaders to protect our world's greatest forests. This film is a testimony of how individuals, just like you, can work together to achieve what at moments seems like the impossible. And I invite you to be part of the change, to speak from your hearts and minds. At this moment, the Amazon Aid Foundation is working with the Rhythm of the Universe, a talented group of young musicians and filmmakers, to produce a call to action from the kids of the forest and the youth of the world to protect the Amazon. Anybody recognize this?
Roosevelt.
Roosevelt. Who's here from Roosevelt? So, on my way here from the Amazon, I stopped at Roosevelt, and we sang with this community of kids the anthem for the Amazon, and they'll be part of the video that will be premiering in well, parts of it will be at COP20, and the rest of it will be in, the premiere will hopefully be in DC in March. This project will be created by your generation, for your generation. We are now engaging musicians and students from over 90 countries to produce this project. Choirs of students as many as 500 strong will be raising their voices to sing to the forest. The goal is to release the short version of the Anthem for the Amazon at the COP20 and the full version early next year. We will need your help to get this song to as many people as you can, to share with your community, to take it viral, so people from around the world can understand what we are about to lose if we do not take action. When we get closer, the Amazon Aid Foundation will be sending you updates through the Gen community, so be aware. We're going to play the version of the Kickstarter campaign where we raised over $50,000 to produce the Anthem for the Amazon. Carries 20% of all the fresh water to the sea, holds more than 30% of all the species in the world, and without it, our planet would suffer.
The Amazon Aid Foundation and Rhythm of the Universe are working together to help save one of Earth's most important resources. The Anthem for the Amazon is a call from the center of the Amazon to the world. It's a call for the world to witness the Amazon's beauty and to experience the vital ecosystem that affects all of us globally.
Rhythm of the Universe is a talented group of extraordinary artists who believe in changing the world through music. Over the past 4 years, we have worked with musicians from all over the world to create powerful music for live shows, as well as video that conveys a message of all humanity.
With passion and hope, this is our generation.
We want to feature prominent musicians, artists, photographers, scientists, and celebrities.
The world has come down way too far from truth. The only thing we can do as the world's children is to overcome these.
The Amazon is Noah's Ark. In the world today, the estimate is probably in the order of 1.5 million species. The estimates go between probably 10 to 20 million species to be still found in the Amazon. The rainforest acts as a catcher of humanity, which basically is recycled. And following all these air currents in the planet, basically it is distributed all over. So it is safe to say that the oxygen we breathe is being recycled and is coming from these major lungs of the world. And the Amazon is that.
To get gold, mercury, a very poisonous chemical, is used. It gets into the soil and rivers. 20% of the oxygen comes from the Amazon, as well as 50% of our animals in the whole world.
As a musician, I'm well aware of the concept of orchestration. And looking at the environment itself is an orchestra with a variety of instruments, making a variety of sounds, and it's compelling, inspiring, and it touches the soul.
scientific communities, and the rest of the world. I wanted people to understand what we're about to lose and the devastating consequences if we do not take action. I wanted to give people hope. I wanted them to be inspired to lend their own voice to know that they can make a difference to protect our future. With the Amazon's very existence in jeopardy, the only way to save it is for us to come together.
With your help, we can create a powerful message that reaches everyone, to the leaders of today and tomorrow.
Help when this comes out and to be part of the voice. Because we need your generation to step up to help with the voice. Okay. So please join us. We need each and every one of you to bring in your friends to be part of the global voice. 2 days ago, in preparation for this conference, for you, we released the soft launch of the Amazon Aid Foundation's new action website. Is it live? It should be live. Okay. So there's a couple things that we would like for your help right now or the next couple of weeks and ensuing months. Within the next week, we will be asking the GIN Network to send out a petition for all to sign. This petition will be asking the global leaders to make the protection of the Amazon a priority at COP20, the UN talks where the world leaders will decide on the rules and regulations for climate change. The Amazon is one of the most important land ecosystems for mitigating climate change. Our goal is to get as many signatures as possible to deliver to these decision makers. The Amazon needs your help. So everyone, please look for this over the next week. Linda and Paul are going to help send this out to everybody. We want to have as many signatures as possible. The second thing I would love any and all to help with is to participate in AEF's video contest called Why the Amazon. Can we go contest? Yeah. Okay. Here you can read the rules and regulations for the contest. And it's called Why the Amazon. We will be asking you to create your own videos, no longer than 2 minutes, and from what I've seen, you guys are all great filmmakers. I'll hire you next. And you can go to our website and download actual footage and images taken from the Amazon to help you with this process. Let's go down to the bottom. So here's the media. Okay, now the content, you hit download the content. Okay. So you'll see photos and images, videos, and some sounds from the Amazon. Now, I have been at a dead run to produce a couple of projects for the COP20, and I have not been able to add as much footage as I want to. So I'm going to go home and add a whole bunch of more audio and visuals. So stay tuned, watch this website, and you'll be able to have access to a lot of the footage from the Amazon to create your videos. You can also produce your own footage. We encourage you to be innovative and to think outside the box. Why the Amazon? The goal is to have the winning video premiere at the Environmental Film Festival in Washington, D.C. in March of 2015. The deadline to submit your video will be the last day of February of 2015. Now, there are a few kinks in the website that I will be fixing next week when I return home. And I will be again blasting out the website through the GIN community. Linda, Paul, I love your help there. So please stay tuned. In the meantime, go to the website, amazonaidaction.org. There's other stuff on there you can do. There's blogs. You can protect acres. You can help reforest. So please take a look. Okay, next one. Okay, so this is image of indigenous children in the Amazon taken a week ago. This is the song for Anthem for the Amazon. It's a very rough song. It's just a mock-up. Eventually, we'll have kids singing the song from all over the world. And then the song will start with this little girl on the left. She's touching the tree, and she will be asking kids, the youth from all over the world, to help with the forest. So I'm going to leave you with the song, and then if you have questions afterwards, you can ask me about the film. Okay, hit it.
Do you believe she connects everything? Ocean skies to birds and trees. Her breath is what keeps us alive.
And now she's suffering, we gotta make her stronger.
We gotta care for the world we see. She's gotta breathe. We gotta take responsibility. She's gotta breathe. Bringing life into the world. Bringing life into the world. Breathe.
it's been really fun. I wish I had the team here to work with you guys, but they've been back in the United States. So, do you guys have any questions about the film last night? We have a microphone. Do y'all want to ask any questions? Because I know it's a pretty icky film. Lots of things to think about. And I'm not a scientist, so some of the stuff I may or may not be able to answer.
Does this work?
Yeah.
How long did it take you to make the film?
Okay. Thank you for that question. The idea came in 2009, and we finished it in 2012. When you look at a film, you look at all the credits and how many people it takes to make a film. It's really amazing. I had no idea.
Have you considered using the strategy that the blood diamond conflicts have used to prevent people from buying gold from this region?
Great question. Yes, absolutely. I've actually been talking to jewelry companies. I went to Tiffany's and Cartier when I was in Paris. And they're about ready to, I'm feeling they're about ready to step up and start regulating gold and have green gold. The problem with it is that the supply and demand, there's not enough supply of green gold to accommodate the demand for gold globally. But because people have no idea as a consumer, they're not putting pressure on the companies and the governments who have gold as a monetary control. That there's just not pressure, nobody really knows about it, but that would be the goal. This is sort of baby new out the gate. We were sort of the first, well, there are a lot of people that are tackling, but the first film that actually talks about this problem. But yes, any help with that? As consumers, you guys should know, trying to figure out where your gold comes from. Yeah.
How much time did you spend with the indigenous people in the Amazon?
This last time?
Yeah.
We actually just went shooting for one day. We had one day with the kids to produce the song. And we had a lot of elderly people there, which was really cool. We had a guy who was 108 years old, who was also part of the song. But when I go to the Amazon, I just go in the jungle and hang out with the scientists. That's where and they're not any very good people. There's mostly animals, which I like a lot.
How do you think music and art can help a situation, or why do you think, such as the Amazon, what's happening there?
Okay, think about the videos that you guys produced. Now, sometimes the best films has the most amazing soundtracks. And you probably don't even notice the soundtrack. That's like, if you don't notice the soundtrack, that's almost makes it even better. But if you listen to a movie without music, it completely changes everything. So I noticed that you guys use music a lot in your videos, and it just somehow gets right into your soul. Music just can do that. And art, well, my gosh, where would we be without beauty? So it's sort of like we're destroying one of the most beautiful places in the world, so why not tackle it with something beautiful in return? So to produce beautiful things about something beautiful is the ultimate.
Hi, so now you've made people aware of the problem through the movie. If you had any economical or political, if you could do anything in the Amazon right now, what would be your short-term plan to stop the conflict from Europe?
I would regulate the mining, because what is happening, they have the solutions. I know the world's experts of how to get gold out of the soil. You can actually recover more gold. They only get 35% the way that they saw yesterday. We know the technology that can get out 75%, not use mercury. So for me, I think of it as being city planning. All right, you go over here, you do the mining here, because you're not going to shut down the gold. I personally believe that you're never going to stop the mining. So make it legal, put it in a place where you don't have the animals migrate. So you go, okay, over here, you guys stay here. We'll show you how to get more gold out. We'll show you how to make it safer. you go do it in this area, but leave this area, go up alone, because this is where the jaguars go, this is where the macaws are. So that would be what I would think needs to happen. And there's conversations about that very thing happening in the Amazon. We're getting ready to open a center right in the middle of that area, Madre de Dios, that's destroyed. And we're going to be bringing in people that can help with entrepreneurial projects, research the land. We're going to recover it. We're going to try to get the mercury out of the sediment. So if I would ask the government to have governance and come up with a plan and regulate it.
When you produced the movie, you had close contact with the miners themselves that make money out of this industry. Wasn't it dangerous to make such contact when you were criticizing their work?
Yeah, it was really dangerous. We were the first team to get inside the mines, and I remember sitting outside when we had two black trucks filled with the crew, and we didn't know what was going to happen. It was really scary. And I knew when I left that I might get killed. I said goodbye to my kids. I have 4 kids and a sweet husband. And they know that this is bigger than me. So, it was really, what's really neat is that because we were the first to get the footage, the governments have used the film because they don't know what it looks like inside. And they've been working on child trafficking, slavery, which is really bad in these mines. And they've been looking at the film for narcotics, people who are dealing in cocaine, mafia. So the film's been used in a lot of different ways. But yeah, it was not a safe thing to do.
So where can we find the movie? Like, is it online or where do we buy it? Because I would like to show it to other people, to my parents.
I'm restricted right now because I have licensing partners in South America that are not into education. So it's not released, and we're going to be working on trying to get it out as fast as possible. Because my goal, what really is scary is the mercury, guys. And then I don't know if you guys know what mercury does, but it's an element, and it's almost impossible to get it out of the system once you put it in. And it causes major neurological damages causes damage to your brain, especially to little kids that are developing, because your brains are developing. And women that are pregnant, they are really, the baby is really at risk. So what I'm trying to do now is start a campaign on what mercury does, so people who live in the field, they have no idea they're being exposed to it, because it's invisible. It's all in the fish. The people that live in that town that you saw, 75% have 3 times above toxic levels of mercury in their system. They don't know it. And the indigenous children, the beautiful little girl, they probably have 4 times above toxic levels of mercury. So it's not okay. It's a human rights violation. And one of my next things after I produce the anthem is to make materials to educate people that live in the area of how to protect themselves against mercury poisoning.
So you've got this wonderful film, and you're trying to raise awareness all over the world. I guess the plan for it is for the next COB conference, where there might be a few thousand people, but how are you going to get it out there? I mean,
well, in the United States, I'm actually talking to PBS, because they actually have the largest audience, believe it or not. And I'm just now, what you do when you release a film, you go to the film festivals, which we've done that. So we're on the next process of releasing it. The only territory I don't have control over is Latin America. So I'm relying on my partners to take the film and get it out, but they're not doing it thus far. we're actually considering buying them out. So, because I want to get it out to as many people as possible, especially in Latin America, because this is where it's happening.
We only have time for one more question, so this will be the last question.
Hi. Thank you so much for bringing something so important to the conference. You're touching on all of the issues that we're working on in our school: poverty, climate change, biodiversity loss. I notice at a lot of schools the students are excellent at raising awareness, but I'm wondering if you could leave us with some advice, some behind-the-scenes information about how you really affect policy, because you're doing huge things with petitions and the COP20. What can students do in their own communities to work on legislation?
Well, that's not my skill, I have to say. I haven't worked in policy very much at all, so I'm just going to give you something off the top of my head that may or may not be helpful. The way I look at how to target climate change is from the bottom up and the top down. So the bottom up is the community, the grassroots community. So the most important thing that you guys can do is just blast it out, talk to everybody, make people aware of the Amazon. And as citizens, the best thing you can do is be a good consumer, know where your gold comes from, which is hard. To keep the forest standing is the most important thing that we can do. And there's something called acre care that Amazon 8 has, where you can actually adopt an acre and protect the acres in the Amazon, because it's really expensive to take care of the rainforest. And if there's no funding, the forest goes away. The other thing is to reforest. We're just starting a reforestation project in Madre de Dios, where the area is being destroyed, and it's all with the best scientists doing the work. The petition will be helpful for policy, but anyway, what I think needs to be a groundswell. You guys need to be talking to each other, getting as much information as you can about the Amazon and sharing it, because people have no idea what's going on. You go to our website, amazon8.org, and you'll find tons and tons of information about the Amazon and some solutions of what you can do. As far as policy, so like, needs to be a groundswell of you guys, like, hey, this is not okay, you know, writing your legislator saying, hey, you know, this is, we need to do something about this is a human rights violation. And then I've been working from the top down, which I have been doing because I have access to high-level governments. So I've been working high levels with the U.S. government, high levels with Peruvian government. And what I need is for them to hear from you, because I can talk about it all day long, but the goal would be a campaign of the youth saying, this is not okay. This is your future. Guys, everyone needs to just tell everybody this is not okay. So signing the petition will be really important. Tell everybody to do it. We're going to start at the COP. I want to take this to the United States Congress when I go in March, which I do have access in that community as well. So, did I answer your question? Does that make sense? So, spread the word, sign the petition, and I'm going to get it to the leaders.